Hey, Jim Wolf here with dating advice for men who love women. It seems like saying nice things to someone would always be a good thing. So why doesn't complimenting a woman help you when it comes to attracting her? That's what this presentation is all about. Compliments and their effects on your dating life. Well, here's the thing about compliments. They don't make a woman more interested in you, and they can actually destroy her attraction to you if you're not careful. In fact, one of the biggest complaints that women have in terms of dating men is that men give them too many compliments. And so why don't compliments help you when it comes to dating a woman, and what should we do about it? Well, there are a few reasons why compliments do not help you attract a woman. Number one, women have been taught from an early age that you'll say anything to get with them. So they tend to read your actions a lot more than your words. And by the way, that's a good thing to do with her as well. Read her actions, not necessarily her words. And that's what she's going to be doing mostly with you, at least subconsciously. And so when you're on a first, second, or third date with a woman, or you're having your first conversation with her, and you start to think that she's an awesome person, just ask her open-ended questions to get to know her better. Ask her out on a date and go for a kiss by the end of the second date, etc. Because those actions show her that you like her versus telling her with your mouth. And again, your actions are much more powerful than your words when it comes to attracting a woman. You don't have to tell her because you're communicating your interest via your actions, which is more attractive. And then number two, a compliment can actually be seen as an invasion of privacy. And if you're from the UK, you might actually have an understanding of this concept already. There's a really interesting TED Talk about American versus British politeness, and it's worth checking out if you get a chance. So here's why a woman might feel like you're invading her privacy when you compliment her, even if that's not what you're really doing. Here's the thing. If you just met a woman, or you're on your first, second, or third date with her, then the reality is you don't actually know her very well yet. So if you're very attracted to her and your interest in her is very high, then you might project all kinds of positive qualities onto her, but that doesn't mean that she actually has those qualities. So you're kind of hypnotized by your high interest in her, and that makes you assume all kinds of positive things about her that may or may not end up being true. The simple fact is that you don't know yet if she's that awesome. You're just very interested in her, and your mind is creating a very positive view of her, whether that's warranted or not. You simply don't know if she's really that amazing yet. And even if she is amazing, you can't possibly be sure about it yet, and you don't know all of the specific things that make her uniquely awesome yet. And as a woman, she understands this because she's trying to get to know you over a longer period of time to see if she should be interested in you or not. And I highly recommend that you steal that approach. What you want to do instead of just being extremely interested in her and projecting a lot of positive qualities on her is to hold back a little bit and find out who she really is over a longer period of time, and then become more interested in her if she is actually an awesome person versus just thinking she looks really good and then projecting all of these positive qualities onto her. And so when it comes to a compliment, when you tell a woman how amazing she is during your first conversation or on your second date or something, or you tell her how smart she is or how caring she is or how capable she is, etc., in the back of her mind, at least subconsciously, she's thinking, how do you know that? We don't even know each other yet. Or she thinks, obviously he just thinks I'm hot. He's trying to tell me all about myself when he doesn't even know me very well yet. And that does not make her feel good. In fact, it usually makes her feel a little sick to her stomach, which is the opposite of what we're going for. And then number three, it also puts her on a pedestal that shows her that she can't see you as an equal or look up to you. If you constantly shower a woman with compliments, that just shows her that you think she's way above you. And for a woman to be attracted to you and fall in love with you, She has to be able to see you as an equal or someone she can look up to. So when you over-compliment her, you destroy her ability to admire you, which destroys her attraction to you. While you're trying to make her feel good, what actually makes her feel good is gaining the interest of a high-quality, high-value man that she can look up to. That's what makes her feel good over the long term. So you're trying to make her feel good in this given moment, which is a good thing. It's not a bad thing to want someone else to be happy or to feel good. However, what actually makes her feel good is when she sees you as a high-value man, and then she's attracted to you, and she falls in love with you, and then it works out with you. But she has to see you as that high-value man. And complimenting her too much just makes her feel nauseous. And the same thing goes when you start texting a woman compliments. You definitely don't want to do that. Or texting her things like, "Good morning, beautiful," every day. In your mind, you're just trying to say hi and make her feel good. But it doesn't. And it definitely does not make her more interested in you. That's the biggest key to this presentation. I'm not saying you should never compliment a woman. I'm just saying you should be a little careful about it, because complimenting a woman does not make her like you more. It doesn't make her more attracted to you, and it doesn't make her fall in love with you. In fact, if you do it too much, it's the opposite. It pushes her away and destroys her attraction to you. So don't go on a date with a woman and give her 57 compliments, and definitely don't start texting her things like that. Instead, limit yourself to giving a woman one compliment per date. If you follow that general guideline, you'll be just fine. So I'm not saying that you should never compliment a woman, and you definitely don't want to put her down either. I'm just saying that if you limit yourself to giving a woman one solid, light, genuine compliment per date, that's a pretty good general guideline to follow. You can give a woman one compliment, just don't over-compliment her. Don't give her 10 or 5. If you just give her one compliment on your date, that's not going to be too much. But if you give her 5, 6, 7, or 10, that might be too much. And again, compliments don't raise her interest anyway, so there's no reason to risk that. Think of your compliments as ice cream. If you give her a little mini ice cream, that tastes sweet and delicious, and it probably doesn't affect her diet too much. But if you give her a whole tub of ice cream and you force her to eat all of it, she's going to get sick. That's how it works with compliments too. You want to give samples like at Costco. And here are a few more general guidelines that you should follow when it comes to complimenting a woman. First of all, in general, you want to compliment her on something you genuinely appreciate her, and don't make that compliment about her body or sexuality. So, for example, if she says that she loves to volunteer helping animals, you can say something like, "Hey, I really appreciate how much you care about animals. I think that's awesome." So that's a compliment that's about one of her qualities, something that's about her personality and something that makes her unique, versus something like, "Ooh, your legs are so nice." Do you see the difference? One is about her physicality, which she has little control over, and one is actually about something that's about her, and it's something that you genuinely appreciate. So that's kind of like a good compliment versus one you want to avoid. And again, you still only want to give her one compliment per date. Secondly, another thing that you can do is use the words seem, today, and right now. Those words soften your compliments and make them more believable and more likely to be received well by her. For example, "You seem like a really cool person" is much better than "You're a really cool person." And "You look amazing right now" is much better than "You look amazing." Make sense? Telling a woman she seems like a capable woman on the first date is not an invasion of privacy, because you're just saying that you think that about her so far, but you're not saying that you're completely sure about that thing yet. So when you compliment a woman, use seem, today, and right now, and other words like that to soften the message and make it more palatable. And then lastly, instead of complimenting a woman, Playfully challenge her instead. For example, you seem like such a cool person. It's a good thing I'm not attracted to you at all, or we'd be in serious trouble. With a smile on your face is much better than, listen, I just want to tell you that you're so beautiful and amazing. Let's break it down. When you tell a woman that she is beautiful and amazing, that's final. You're already completely convinced that she's incredible. There's nothing left for her to show you. There's nothing more that you want to know about her. It seems like you already know her completely yet. She has no opportunity to respond to something like that or show more of herself to you. It's heavy and serious, and she has no way to look up to you when you say something like that. On the other hand, when you tell her that you like something about her and that you're not attracted to her at the same time, playfully, or that you're not sure about her completely yet, it's the opposite. You're saying that you like her so far, but it's not final yet. You're not completely convinced. She can still show you more awesome things about herself that you might also appreciate about her. You're saying you still want to get to know her more and discover more about her. She has the opportunity to respond to what you said, and she can show more of herself to you if she wants. She can play back with you. She can share more awesome things about herself that you might like. It's light and playful, and she can look up to you when you say something like that. In other words, here's a simple way to look at it. You're involving her in the process of dating. Instead of you just being interested in her and pushing your agenda over and over and over again, you're acknowledging that she's part of this process too. And you're giving her the opportunity to show you more of herself too. It's not just you trying to convince her to like you. And not only does that make her feel like she's earning your interest, which is what she really wants, it also shows her that you're trying to find out if you should be interested in her or not because of who she is as a person, not just because you think she's good looking. And remember, women understand that playful teasing is flirting. It's light and fun, while compliments tend to be heavy and sappy. So save the syrup for your Sunday morning pancakes and playfully tease a woman instead of smothering her with too many compliments. And here's the thing. If you accidentally give a woman 2 compliments on a date, it's not that big of a deal. You don't have to go overboard with this. Just as a general guideline, limit yourself to 1 compliment per date, and you're going to do a lot better. And then if you find yourself accidentally complimenting a woman too much on a date, just follow up that last compliment with a playful challenge to soften the effect. Or after you give that compliment, you can ask her to tell you more about herself. So for example, if it's your 3rd compliment and you say something like, "You seem like such an awesome person," then you can follow that up by saying, "I'm curious, if you hit the lottery jackpot and never had to work again, what would you do then and why?" So instead of just finishing with that compliment, open it back up and say, "Ooh, I still want to see more from you. I want to get to know you more." And you can do that by either playfully teasing her after you drop that compliment, or by asking her an open-ended question that allows her to share more of herself with you. And by the way, if you don't compliment a woman too much, she might compliment you, which is a very strong indicator of interest. I don't know if you noticed out there, but in the dating world, 99% of the compliments are given by men. And here's the best part about this. If you limit yourself to 1 compliment per date and you playfully tease a woman instead, you're much more likely to see a lot more indicators of interest from her than if you compliment her too much, because she'll actually become more interested in you instead of losing interest in you. This one little adjustment can make a big difference for you. So again, instead of giving a woman lots of compliments, control yourself and give women what actually makes them feel good instead, earning your interest over time by being a great woman. And playful teasing, of course. And if you want to make sure you're giving a woman everything that makes her like you more, go grab your copy of our best-selling Attract and Keep Her system right now. Inside the Attract and Keep Her system, you'll discover exactly what to do, step by step, from the first moment that you notice a woman that you're interested in until she goes on several dates with you, becomes your girlfriend and or your wife, falls deeply in love with you, and then decides to stay with you as long as you want to be together. And then you'll also discover how to build a great relationship with her that's satisfying for both of you as long as you want to be together. So if you haven't already, go to attractandkeepher.com/system. That's attractandkeepher.com/system and grab your copy right now. And as a thank you for being awesome and checking out this presentation, we have some free gifts for you as well. We have some advanced free training for you, and you can get all of that by going to datingadviceformenwholovewomen.com. That's datingadviceformenwholovewomen.com. I'm Jim Wolf with Dating Advice for Men Who Love Women. Limit yourself to 1 compliment per date, and I'll talk to you later.